So one of the experiences that a lot of parents have had during the pandemic is because of the lockdowns, because their kids were at home, they got to see some of the things that their teachers were actually teaching their children. And it was an experience a little bit like that moment when the guy with the butcher knife comes in a movie, or when somebody rises up out of a grave. It was just a moment of pure horror. So today, by virtue of the wonderful site, the Libs of TikTok, we have got some videos. I haven't seen these yet. These are videos of teachers on TikTok telling you what they think. And these are some of the people taking care of and teaching your children. So let's take a look and see what they are.
Hi, so I have a small dilemma. I am starting a new job on Monday, and it's a teaching job. So the kids are going to call me either Mr. or Mrs. Jamie. It depends on what I want, but I, as a non-binary being, I don't know what to pick. I feel like Mrs. would be easier for the kids, but Mr. makes me feel better, but I also kind of want to try mix, but I don't know if the kids can do that. I don't. And then what do they do when they ask me if I'm a boy or a girl? I'm not. I don't know.
Explain that it's young kids, too.
It's young kids. My class is going to be 4-year-olds, so I don't know. And then I don't know if I want to go by Jamie or Jamie Ray, because Jamie Ray is the name that I go by now. I don't know. Any advice would be great for any non-binary teachers.
SOS, save our ship.
SOS, SOC, save our captain. Thanks.
So my advice would be get into another business, preferably one where you're nowhere near children of any sort. And my advice for the children would be to come in wearing Tyrolean hats and carrying torches and shouting, "Bring us the monster," until basically she's chased up into a windmill in the hills, like in the movie Frankenstein. I think that would probably solve the problem. If you're a parent, you might want to write to your school board and then tie the letter to a rock.
I'm a brick!
All right, let's take a look at another one.
Don't mind how I look. I know I look raggedy. It's the end of the day. So I'm a non-binary preschool teacher, and my kids know I'm non-binary. They know I'm not a girl or a boy. I use they, them pronouns in the classroom. We work on it. Not all the kids get it. That's okay. And I go by Mix Gray in the classroom, not Miss or Mr. Mix. And today, one of the kids goes, "Hey, we've got 2 boy teachers in the classroom," because the other teacher in the classroom at the time was a guy. And I go, "No, there's not. I'm not a girl or a boy, remember?" And she goes, "Oh my God, wait, does that mean you're dead?" So I think that's my new gender now. I think I'm gonna change all my gender settings to dead.
Yeah, I think the kid who said, "If you're not a boy or a girl, you must be dead," should be teaching the class. I mean, there's obviously the person who is the most mature, has the most mature, realistic outlook in there. How do these people get into teaching, and how does anybody hire them? I mean, what is going on? If I'm a parent and I see this, I am there. You ever see those things like the superhero Flash? That's how fast I would be at this school trying to get rid of this teacher, or at least taking my kid out. And this is amazing. No wonder, this is why the FBI is investigating parents as terrorists. I think they maybe should be investigating the teachers as something. Here's another one.
Hi friends, so I'm an NB teacher at a rural school in Idaho and was just told by my school board that I cannot go by they, them pronouns, and that I cannot have my pronouns displayed in my classroom. Anyone know a lawyer who could help me? Is this legal?
It should not just be legal, it should be required. It should be required. There's something genuinely, it would be hilarious if it weren't frightening, and it would be frightening if it weren't hilarious. It's kind of somewhere between those two things, that not only do these people have this problem, and it is a problem, but they want to impose it on these children. I think really what we need to teach our children self-defense, riot techniques.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Just give them one of those T-shirt guns that they use at schools. So they can, Let's take another look. This is the most depressing. Why did you guys do this to me? This is the most depressing series of videos I've ever seen.
She is reading a story to all these kids sitting outside in hats and coats and gloves. It is 24 degrees outside. 24 degrees. This is absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable.
What do you mean? You want them to go inside and catch COVID when they could sit outside in 24-degree weather and wearing masks? You know, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt kids. What are they going to remember? They're going to remember, no, I was thinking about math. And it was, I mean, little Tommy next to me, he wasn't moving anymore, but it was so interesting the math lesson was so interesting until Tommy just fell over and then just shattered because he had already turned to ice. Our kids, they say the kids are all right. The kids are fine. The adults, not all right.
Okay. See, throw it back. Start a riot. See, throw it back. Start a riot. See, throw it back. Start a riot.
All right. Yeah, those are books that should be banned. I'm not for banning books. Books like that, if you can burn them, I think it's probably better than banning them. But if you can't burn them, ban them and then burn them. I think that would be the right thing to do. These are teachers teaching your children, somebody's children, in some class, somewhere.
Stop comparing protests that have occurred because people are being murdered for the color of their skin to a white supremacist inciting a violent riot on our nation's capital, which was followed through by literal Nazis and terrorists because he didn't win an election. And if you are a school administrator who is not allowing your educators to speak about this with your students, or if you're an educator who's not talking about it because you are too uncomfortable, you are all complicit in white supremacy. And if you can talk about 9/11 and acknowledge that with your students, then you can talk about what happened on January 6th. Just because the terrorists weren't brown or from another country doesn't make this any less of a terrorist attack. What I love is the self-certainty and self-righteousness of these people, which would probably be enhanced if we were allowed to pick them up by their ankles and dip their hair in Elmer's glue. I mean, some of you may not understand why I say that. Like, how would that change if you picked them up by the ankles and dipped their hair in Elmer's glue? Just make me laugh. I think that's important. I think laughter is the best medicine, especially if you have teachers like this who need to have their hair dipped in Elmer's glue. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable that school districts are letting these people in. It is unbelievable that the people who are protesting it are called terrorists. The people protesting it should be called parents, I think, and these people who are teachers should not be teachers. If you want more Klavan-y goodness, like and subscribe. And if you want even more Klavan-y goodness, like and subscribe to The Andrew Klavan Show wherever you get your podcasts.